Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Hope all of you are doing well. I am back with another daily investing analysis for you guys from Karachi, Pakistan. Now, there are some things that are happening in the market. So today's topic is about the risk. We're going to take a look at US dollar and different cryptocurrencies and their strength like usual. And will we get a relief rally from here, or is there more toward the downside? So at the current situation that we are in 26th November. I still expect some things to happen in the market, which we might see lower levels in the market, which I believe is still there's a chance and there's a possibility. Remember before that I told you that when a level becomes too obvious for people to try to speculate, then it certainly becomes a level to get manipulated by people. And for that sense, I showed you guys how Bitcoin is going to break 105,000 and 107,000 area at the time that Bitcoin was there. But now, where everything has gone down so far, we're looking at the USDT chart and as well as a US dollar chart. So let's first talk about this USDT dominance chart. Previously, I told you guys that it's going to get rejected from this level, which is 6.49. And I did tell you guys that it might try to go by until the end of this zone that we have, but it might also try to do something like going higher and just breaking and taking us to the bear market, which that is a scenario for later, but I still don't think that is a possibility for now. What we're going to take a look is another manipulation that might probably happen before the first week of December, because what are we expecting in the 1st of December is QT, quantitative tightening, being ended, which most of like what people are expecting is we should have a relief rally. But what I'm trying to say is market is already priced in. So it's the sell the new scenario is going to play out here, and we might see a manipulation before actually we see a relief. So that is why we're going to talk about this possibility that what is going to happen. I have mentioned this before, even before it reaching to 6.5 levels USDT, but I'm going to draw this again that we might see something like this because people will think that, okay, the market actually entered a bear market and we might not actually see. While it will come back below, then we will have a retest, then a continuation. This pattern for the bull market on this line will not play out. It will play a little bit higher. Why? Because I told you, everybody is going to speculate this as a very obvious downtrend and USDT dominance chart, which will definitely put crypto in a very good position. When people start selling their USDT, what are they selling into? As they're selling into buying Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, right? But because Bitcoin dominance is also falling, so all of it will not go into Bitcoin, it will go in Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies, because at the same time, ETH-BTC chart is trying to break this line to go higher. So in this case, I'm still seeing that if USDT tries to manipulate people into going a little bit higher and putting people in the doubt that we're going to have a bear market, I say that ETH-BTC chart will either try to hold this level or it will come to 0.030, which from here we will start rallying. And at the same time, you're going to see Ethereum going back to this lower support level which I will show you some other cases too. So this actually is for that dump situation, that if we cannot fully reclaim this level and try breaking 3,300, I gave you this signal earlier. But if this doesn't happen and we don't actually break 3,256 levels, then we will see lower levels, and it will take us to $2,100 levels in Ethereum, which that is quite a possibility. And the same thing, I gave you guys a signal for Solana at 127. Now your stop losses is exactly there if we couldn't reach here, but obviously in through price action you can close that. You might have obviously probably taken some profits, but the case is that Solana will also come to $100 level. What happened with my internet again? I have some weak internet connection if it's being recorded, so you should know. Okay, we're back. I have weaker connection here, so it might just keep happening, but we're going to cover everything, inshallah. So at the same time, Bitcoin will go below $74,000 in this sense. If we see a true manipulation, I don't even think 74,000 will hold, because a lot of people are waiting for $74,000. What we will do, we want to see the manipulation. Like when the police is trying to catch the thieves, they will have to put themselves in that situation to think like a thief, like walk in their shoes, what the thief is going to think. Now, in our senses, the same. There are thieves in the market, which are the big whales and manipulators of the market, like US government and other governments, and as well as China, like all these governments, everybody tries to put their own things, but they all work in the same direction. But not obviously for long, they cannot do that because it will break things in their own economy if they do. But what we're trying to say is that we are going to catch their next move that they're going to play with the US dollar, actually, because they will have to print. Now, what did I tell you guys? That US dollar is going to make a double top. Didn't I tell you? It was right here. And it made. But there is a cat. There's always a but. And this but is saying that if things go in the other way, we're gonna see US dollar going above 100 level this time, because it's also a level that people are trying to speculate, like retail traders, investors, traders. But for the big whales and the movers of the market, this is like I tried to tell you that you need to see the manipulation before it happens. So we're prepared for that. Always take profits when you see small rallies. That's why we're just trading these days, right? The only thing that we got for long term was Zcash. And we're gonna put more into Zcash once we see lower levels, which you can see it's already happening. But let's go and take a look at those as well. First of all, take a look at the total chart, which is still holding this level, but for things to go south, we're looking at the lower levels, maybe even below 2.27 trillion. And yes, this is the case that might actually play, because we're not seeing this scenario playing, which is break of this resistance on total 2. Then on the retest, we can position ourselves for the higher levels, but this hasn't happened, and we are seeing rejection. So we are going to come to 1 trillion in total 2. And for total 3, 67 billion is quite a possibility. All of these are going to reach these lower levels. Others, let's not talk about this because it is having some strength, but sometimes it's like those coins are so sold that this chart is just becoming stable lately. That's the only thing I can say. But for the big ones, there is that, because most people, when they come into the exchanges, and the exchanges doesn't involve always all the cryptocurrencies. And they're mostly on their own chain and different smaller exchanges. So those does not move the total two and total one. So we're gonna see actual moves in Bitcoin and Ethereum, but what we want is a sustainable Ethereum. So let's see if by tonight we're going to see a bounce in Ethereum toward 3,200. Then that is the level that we need to be cautious. There is a chance we will have first a little bit of rally, which I'm going to explain that into Bitcoin terms as well, by looking at CoinGlass and CoinAnk liquidation areas. What that will happen, we might see a push in the market by the end of this month till the first week of uh, December. So what will happen right by the time that the QT is being ended, we will see the rally, but then the market will tank right at the time that they will announce quantitative tightening ending. So keep in mind that if you get a rally, it's better to take profits. Wait, always wait. You're gonna get later on back in the market with more confidence, with more probabilistic approach. But for now, things are, uh, you need to take care of it, because people are trying to speculate in the market, but that's what we're not gonna do. We're going to see the bigger dumps in the market first. Always, if you always see both sides, it makes you be prepared. And by the time you reach a level of analyzing the market over and over again, trading over and over again, you get so much experience that the price talks to you. But even then, you say that Allah knows everything. Who am I to judge what is going to be the next move of the market? You wait patiently, because you know that Allah is with patient, and you wait for the levels to either break and make a retest, because we take the reaction in the market, or you wait for the levels to come and make a retest in higher time frame, which causes dump in the lower time frames, which comes to a level of demand or supply. Then we buy it, because it's the cheapest prices possible that we can buy it. It's very natural. It is the only thing that makes sense. But those who that they see other people making money and they chase that, it's probably the time that they're trying to take profit. And those retail traders, new traders, unfortunately, they fall into that trap. Let's take a look at Solana again. I did give you guys Solana $100 level, which is a great place to buy. But also, if you are already entered at 129 or 127, be sure that you have one or maximum 2% stop loss if you're going to have a stop loss. Otherwise, your uh, entry is at 127. That is where you can put your stop loss. Better than that is you can take profits, which it went to 140 if you have already done. I wasn't here because I was obviously traveling, and I reached today, Alhamdulillah, and Fajr, and I had some good sleep. Then now I'm awake and back at the analysis, direct on the chart, because it's important, very, very important at this time. And those who haven't joined the what is it, the analysis today, they're going to regret. Anyways, Sol BTC, as expected, it reached this resistance, but what we want is actually a break of this resistance. So um, actually, Solana is so strong against BTC that we will just try buying Solana against BTC, because against Ethereum as well, it is showing a lot of strength. But we need to pass this level that I have marked. You can see that we are already being rejected. But I still think that Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin, Solana will outperform Ethereum. And if for Zcash, it will outperform everything else, even still. But if people are trying to bet at the levels that they shouldn't be betting, they're going to get wrecked. Well, I have been accumulating in these levels, and I will not try to trade as much for Zcash. If I take a trade, then I will best take a trade with 4 or 5% maximum loss, because this one has more ranges, so take care of that. And even if you were invested here when I told you to, you see it went in profit, we came back down. Then again, I gave the signal here that even if you invested here, we did go down, but for the confirmation, here I gave you the exit point. Now again, our entry was at 486. You can see that it's again at this same prices. You can accumulate that. But obviously, this is not a financial advice. My chart went a little bit wrong. That's why we need to do analysis again and again. So we are in this longer uptrend in Zcash, which will become speculative very soon. People will try betting here. We can expect lower, but if your hope is for longer Zcash and the privacy of Zcash, then you would just keep accumulating small amounts of money, not trading it. But if you're trading, I give you the scenario for trading. So these are the levels that you need to look in case Zcash tries to break the current trend line support that we have. What we can expect is something like this to happen, then we will actually try rallying. But if this level holds, we're not gonna go down. Lower than this level is actually very dangerous for Zcash. So you need to be aware of that. And it might not do it. It might just hold the support line that we have. Next entry, where is that gonna be? If you want more confirmation for Zcash, is actually trading it a little bit higher with more confluence. This is how it's looking like. So Zcash against BTC is very strong, but we have gone below this line of resistance. The actual better demand that you can look into is this. If there is a line of support, it could be this one. For Zcash Ethereum, yeah, by the way, I did tell you guys that Zcash will outperform Ethereum and Bitcoin massively if we go above this level, but you can see it didn't. So there was a chance to come down, and I gave you guys the warning. That's why we took profits from Zcash. The first time we made 48%. So that was the reason. Now, against Ethereum as well, you can see that it is being rejected from the top. And what we're looking at is these levels. So once it comes, you can have both 1, 2, 3 confirmation, then you can buy Zcash at those levels. Let's talk about gold and finish today's session. We're not going to have any Q&A. If you have any question, ask me in the community groups. I will answer all of them. I don't have much time, that's why I have to disconnect today. We're going to have Q&A later, inshallah. But through the entire month of November, we had so many Q&As. Thank you all of those people that they asked great questions and they learned, and they always keep learning. I will always support you guys if you're learning. I will keep answering as many questions as you have. I will even give my own opinion on certain coins, but only if you're learning. If you're not learning, and if you're just here for taking the signals, then you know the risk. You know the disclaimer that it is not going to change your life at all if you don't want to become a trader yourself. You're just going to be following my signals, and even if you follow a signal in a wrong way or you don't do risk management, you're going to lose significantly. So please take it as a good advice from a Muslim brother that has been around for quite some time and has lost money, has made significant money after, because I tried to follow a system which is very natural, which is supply and demand. I learned it myself. I learned from so many teachers. I spent thousands of dollars while learning. I spent thousands of dollars while experimenting with different things inside blockchain and crypto. So when I tell you to learn, it actually means you should learn if you want to be in the position that I am, which Alhamdulillah I earn, and I manage my family in Turkey, which is for me is great achievement, which through crypto and this market and this volatility, even in the bear markets that we make money, is actually significant achievement, and that's what I'm trying to tell you guys to learn. And if you're interested, join our community. It's less than $1 a day if you want to take the longer membership. Otherwise, everything else is for free. Mostly all these videos are for free because I am trying to teach you. Those are all for free. If you want scholarship to get access to the entire course, that will be also completely for free. Like up to 100% I can give you a scholarship. What else do you want? If you are a true seeker, if you're trying to learn, I will support you as much as you want, but you're not going to get the signals. For that, you need to have capital. For that, you need to know risk management. For that, you need to take the whole responsibility. Then you will need to pay the same way other people does. So we want to be fair with everyone inside the community, inshallah. So last thing, let's see at gold. Gold is in between these two three lines. I still see a strong gold until we go below these levels, which once we go, then we can expect further fall in gold prices. But for now, it is as good as it should be. But gold against Bitcoin, once Bitcoin starts performing, we will see this dump. Nothing has changed. But if Bitcoin tries to go to 69,000, this might also break the same way that I showed you in USDT and Dixie. There is another level here for another level of supply. So we can expect that as well to happen in the near future, inshallah. Those are all probabilities, no fortune telling. You need to take things in your own hands, inshallah. If you like today's video, make sure to press the like button so it reaches more uh, Muslim learners and seekers, and those that are trying to seek learning, making money through halal investing inside cryptocurrency markets. And overall, it's gonna be sadaqah jariyah to those people and to you as well if you do that. That's all. I will leave you with that today. Inshallah, I will see you guys later in the upcoming sessions. Have a good day. Allah Hafiz.